topic, which is on teamwork skills and team building. I think everybody will agree with me that almost maybe it is our professional life or personal life, we have to work with the people of different backgrounds and different cultures, different lifestyles, different mindsets, but we have to work with all those people. So what kind of challenges do you face while working in a team? Is it all that easy to work with the other people, or you find it difficult to work with other people as a team? What are those reasons which inhibit us, or we hesitate to work with other people? Sometimes we feel कि इससे अच्छा तो खुद ही कर लेते तो better था, rather than from the other people. Or sometimes we feel while working in a team, leader is such like a person, whatever he says we have to go according to that. So what is my this thing? So I think there are many such other points which come to our mind while we are working in a team. So, what is your feeling about success or failure depends upon the team? Yeah, we agree with that. Teamwork is very important. वो तो चाहे, I think if you have a small function at your home, we have to coordinate and work with other people, maybe our family friends or family members, or maybe our other people. We divide the activities amongst each other so that we can organize that function effectively. Maybe in your college, you have to, in addition to teaching, you are given a charge of some project, or let us say you have to organize the sports event of your institute, you have to organize the cultural function at your institute, or maybe some visitor is coming to the institute, you have to organize that visit. That involves lot many activities to be organized, and of course, yes, you cannot do all the activities alone. We have to take the help of other people. So what are those challenges? What are those difficulties which you face while working in a team? Any one of you. You can unmute yourself, switch on your video, or maybe you can introduce yourself and tell me that why is it so that many a times we hesitate to work in a team? Otherwise, I think you might have attended one of this my session in some of other programs also. We will go ahead. Conflicts and misunderstandings. Yeah, that is a part of teamwork. Of course, when many people are working together, so there will be conflicts because of the difference of opinion, different work styles of the people. There will be misunderstandings. Sometimes we do not agree with the kind of strategy which is developed by the team. We have a different style of working. Conflicts will be there. Misunderstandings will be there. What else? No problems. Different opinions may have misunderstanding, tendency to feel not dominated, lack of trust amongst each other. Yes. Because whatever challenges or difficulty we face, I think from there only will come the teamwork skills. That to be a good team player or a good team leader, what kind of skill should be there? I think that will come only from these difficulty and challenges, as you said, miscommunication, ego problems. Yes, lot of egos in the yes. Criticism is okay, but positive criticism is fine only for the development of the team. That is for the betterment or for the improvement of the team effectiveness. So, friends, I think many of us face many challenges. I think that will come during the yes, vested interest of the people. Okay. So let me go ahead. I think in this presentation would like to talk about what exactly is a teamwork and what exactly is the team building, because team building is a continuous process. You will agree that when we have four, it is very easy to make a team, bring four people together and assign them the project, but I tell you it is very difficult to bind those four people to work together for a longer time to achieve your goal. So that is the team building process. We will talk about why teamwork is needed, importance of the teamwork, what are the skills required to be a good team leader or to be a good team member, and if we have a good team at our workplace, what are the benefits we are going to accrue out of that good teamwork, and what are the various aspects related to the team building, how a team develops, and what are the parameters for the team effectiveness. So I think it is not always that we require a team. For small works, we do on our own, but teams are formed when the task is little complicated, or maybe you have bigger projects in hand, because bigger projects require people to work together. For any project, I think good planning is must, but however best you plan, unless until it is implemented properly, you may not be able to get the desired results, because after good planning, execution is more important. And for executing the project, obviously you will need to have a good team of people with you. So the success of any project, any activity will depend upon the kind of teams it has. Teamwork is one of the very crucial areas in which students also need to be trained, because when they enter the workforce, they have to work in teams to achieve the bigger targets of present day corporate sector, where they have to work with the people of different background, different caste, different age, different religion, etc. So teamwork has become an important concept in the organizations, and I think it is the most sought after skill by the industry. So what exactly a team is? By definition, team is a group of individuals. That means team is not a group. It is different from the group. Team is a group of individuals with complementary skills who work together for accomplishing a common purpose, common performance goals, and an approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. So, as I said, team is not equal to a group. Not all groups in any organization are a team, but all teams are, of course, are the groups. So a team is essentially interdependent for achieving the common goals. So to define the team, I will say it will be helpful to understand what a team is not. It is not a collection of individuals who happen to have the same workplace. It is not the collection of individuals who happen to have the same director or the same manager. It is not a collection of individuals who do the same job in the same department. They, I will not call them as the team. There are substantial difference between the team and the group, but some people use the term team to indicate the group also, or they staff. They consider that both the team and the group mean the same, but actually there is a difference between a team and a group. Group, I think, or maybe the staff is treated as the subordinates, but in the team, all the members, they are treated as equal partner in the project. So based on this, what is the teamwork? It is the concept of people working together as a team. I think the, for example, the perfect example of, I will say, the teamwork is, let us say, in the engineering area, is the construction of a building. There you will see the coordination of an architect, or maybe your interior designer, the contractor, the masons, the plumbers, electrician. I think they all have to work in cohesiveness so that we can see that beautiful building. Another example may be, let us say, in the field of medical, is that of a complicated surgery. There also the chief doctor, other assistant doctors, nurses, or even the ward boys, they need to work in complete coordination. A small error in coordination may create a medical emergency. I think maybe another example of the teamwork, you must have enjoyed the circus show in the childhood. There, I think you must have seen the tricks are performed one after the other, and one is, I think, able to see those risky games and horror generating plays with the wild animals. There is no time lapse, not a single moment is wasted, even when there is a tremendous change in the settings, like maybe arranging cages for the lions. I think it is done in the minimum possible time, and that too with perfection. That is because many people are working for the same thing and they are doing their jobs flawlessly. There is no confusion, no disagreement, no hesitation while completing the job. This is possible only because of the perfect team building. All the team members, they complement each other. Another related this terminology with this is the team player, whom we will call as a team player. A team player is someone who is able to get along with their colleagues and work together in a cohesive group. I think you might have noticed we generally use the term team to describe the sports team like a cricket team or the basketball team. All the players of the team understand and appreciate that the performance of the team is important and everyone has to contribute wholeheartedly to that. That is the definition of a team member. Everybody will have to say that the victory of the team is important, not my personal interest. Like in a basketball team or maybe some other team, all working together to set up that perfect shot. That is to put the ball in the basket. Although it may seem as if the last player who scored the basket, but that basket was made possible by many people's planning, coordination and cooperation to get the ball to the front player. So every team member has a specific role to play in the team because it is a coordinated effort. So every member in the team has to perform, has to contribute to their best possible way to achieve that common predefined goal. So while working in a team player has to understand individual performances do not count in the team. It is the collective performance of the team workers which matters the most. As they say, there is no I in the teamwork. It is we are achieving. So every individual must think of his team first and personal interest must take a back seat. In a team, everyone has to work equally for the maximum output. Similarly, in the organizations also, they have different teams like sales team or administration team, human resources team, operations team, quality control team, production team, and so on. All the members of the various teams, they would work together to achieve the targets and will generate the revenues for their organization. Now coming to what exactly is the team building. As I said, it is very easy to create a team, but it is very challenging, very difficult to bind the team members together and make them work for a longer time. Team building is the process of establishing and developing a greater sense of collaboration and trust between the members. I think yesterday we had a beautiful session on building trust at the workplace. I think that is the core of the team building. You have to develop the trust between the members. So, in simple language, it is expressed as I am because you are, and you are because we are. So, in day to day life, the team building does not emerge naturally. Intentional efforts are necessary for that. Otherwise, though, people's difference of opinions, their different personalities, their biases, their hostility, or even the cutthroat competition will never allow any real cooperation and the best efforts from the people. If there is lack of open, free communication and mutual trust, I think there will be lack of coordination. So, team building refers to various activities undertaken to motivate the members so as to increase the overall performance of the team. And how much team building is necessary in a particular organization, that also depends on various things. But of course, yes, in today's like in corporate sectors, I think many teams are formed to complete a project, and people work for years together to achieve their objective. I think we have the very good example of a good teamwork of our ISRO team, that Mangal mission or maybe some other missions they have achieved. I think hundreds of people they work together for years to achieve that target. Maybe team building in a university academic department is comparatively less than the, let us say, accounting department, because in finance, everyone's work depends on someone else's work. Even if a single person makes some minor mistake, all the others will suffer. So when there are stages of work, more team building is required. So team building is a continuous process in any organization. I think let's further understand the importance of the team. To let us go through this a simple real life situation, which says that Johan was working as a key accounts head with the leading advertising firm. It's a small case study. He had four members reporting to him, but unfortunately, he always underestimated his team members and fought with them constantly. He could never trust them and always thought that they were incapable of doing good work. So, one fine day, he got some major assignment from one of his clients, which was to be submitted within 2 working days. He decided to do it all alone, as he thought nobody else could do it apart from him, which normally happens कि मैं ही better कर सकता हूँ अपनी चीज को. Johan could never submit his assignment on the required day and received good criticism from his superiors. And his organization also lost one of their major and prestigious clients. So, from this small case, why do you think Johan failed? Why could he not complete his assignment on time? Take 2 minutes, maybe. Just think of and respond.
Maybe because of lack of I would like say trust in with his team members,
Yeah, that is there. I think he could never trust
and,
them. What else?
overconfidence in himself
Yes,
that he is the only who can do that.
right, right. He being an overconfident that I can do it alone. Others are incapable of doing the good work.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that is one of the very important factor, that we are not able to work in a team because we do not trust each other, do not delegate the work to others because we doubt their capabilities. We do not respect the opinions of other people sometimes. We are biased by our own thinking. Other people are not efficient like him. He thinks like. So we are biased by our own thinking. What I am saying is only right. I know it all attitude which the people have. I think that inhibits the people to work in a team. Or maybe the leaders say only do what I say. So when that kind of situation will be there, I think result will be people will not come forward with the new ideas and the new solutions. When they know that where their voices are not going to be heard in the team, so in the process, what we do is we overload ourselves and not able to meet the deadlines many times, like Johan could not. Yes, anybody, doctor? Uh,
Yeah, I will tell
Swatnam, you
you.
want to say something? Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, even what efficiency you are having, but the time is 24 hours or 2 days. You said it's a 48 hours. One, if you are working, it won't be possible. Your team should work. If you are efficient, you should guide your team and make the team members to work. So if let's suppose if you are working for one day, your team members are working maybe 5 team members, then it is 5 days work will happen in single day. That's the major problem. And you should, of course, to make them work, we should, of course, be with them, and we should be one among you should be one among them. Then the things will happen in a better way.
Very true, sir. I think when we work as a team, so many people are working together, many brains are working together. I think we will be able to achieve the work better and in a more innovative manner. So that is the strength of a team.
Yes.
So, very rightly said. So, here comes the importance of a team. Had Johan taken the help of his team member, I think he would have finished his assignment on time and everyone would have appreciated him rather than criticizing. And the another important point here is, and an individual, as you said, cannot perform all the tasks on his own. Everybody has those 24 hours where we have to manage all those activities. So in many situations, we have to delegate the work of to the people. We need the support as well as the guidance of others to be excellent in whatever he does. Every person has, I think, his own strengths and limitations, but when we work together, I think we are able to achieve more. So complex goals can easily be accomplished if individuals work together as a team. From here comes the importance that why we should be a team. So, as I said, we are not a team because we work together. As I said, to understand the team, what a team is not, it is not the collection of individuals because we are working together in the same department. We are a team because we respect each other, we trust each other, and also we care for each other. That is the definition of a team. Another important point, that why should we be a team? I think the word team itself says TEAM, together everyone achieves more. So a single brain sometimes cannot take all the decisions alone. That is why a team is formed when the team members contribute equally, making the task easy. Two brains are always better than one. I think all of us have heard 1 plus 1 is 11 and not 2. That kind of synergy comes when we work together as a team. Because aim is to bring out the best of everyone in the team to ensure the development. It is because teamwork always plays a very important role in the organizations as well as in our personal lives. As I said, that you have to work together. The It is the pooling of individuals strengths to synergistically achieve a higher level of performance. So when we work together, when people use their skills and knowledge together, I think the result is a stronger agency that can fulfill its mission. And I'm not saying that, many studies have also revealed that outcome is far better when people work in a team rather than individually, as every individual can contribute in his or her best possible way. See, this another visual which shows the importance of the team. Every member in the team has the times when they need the support of each other. So this energy of individuals is a very powerful and a strong instrument. So don't go by the idea that working alone brings glory. Working alone may help your ego sometimes, however, will not necessarily make you the regular winner. There may be times in life when you are not able to do better. So I'm sure by now you are totally convinced about the importance of the teamwork. But if you would like to see some more benefits, I would like to share a small video here of teamwork that will give you an yet another perspective. I think it is not the only humans, it is very common teamwork in the animal kingdom also. So there I will show you a small video. This is I think you might have heard that story of hare and tortoise in the childhood, where they have a race and tortoise is defeated and the hare wins the race. The moral of the story was that slow and steady wins the race. But there is further the extension of this story which I would like to share with you through a video which give you a very important lesson about our teamwork.
वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम देखेंगे कि
Voice is also there of the video, sorry.
और क्यों किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में टीम बनकर काम कर। बचपन में वो कहानी तो सुनी ही होगी जिसमें एक कछुए और खरगोश में बहस छिड़ जाती है कि दोनों में से कौन ज्यादा फास्ट है और दोनों रेस लगा लेते हैं। खरगोश रेस शुरू होते ही बहुत आगे निकल जाता है और कछुए को बहुत पीछे देख पेड़ के नीचे थोड़ी देर के लिए सो जाता है। जब खरगोश सो रहा होता है कछुआ पीछे से आकर आगे निकल जाता है। जब खरगोश नींद से जागता है तब उसे रियलाइज होता है कि वो रेस हार चुका है। इस कहानी से हमने ये सीखा था कि स्लो एंड स्टेडी विंस द रेस। लेकिन कोई नहीं जानता कि उसके बाद क्या हुआ। तो आइए देखते हैं कि खरगोश और कछुए के बीच उस रेस के बाद क्या हुआ। खरगोश रेस हारने के बाद बहुत ही मायूस हो गया। उसे एहसास हो गया कि अगर वो ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट ना होता और रेस को इजी ना लेता तो कछुआ उसे किसी भी तरह हरा नहीं सकता था। उसने कछुए को एक और रेस के लिए चैलेंज किया जिसके लिए कछुआ मान गया। रेस शुरू हुई और इस बार खरगोश ने कोई गलती नहीं की और फुल स्पीड में दौड़ते हुए फिनिशिंग लाइन तक पहुंच गया और रेस जीत गया। कछुआ बहुत पीछे रह गया और हार गया। इस स्टोरी से हमने ये सीखा कि फास्ट और कंसिस्टेंट हमेशा स्लो और स्टेडी को हरा देगा। अगर आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में दो लोग हैं, एक बंदा है जो थोड़ा स्लो है, सिस्टमैटिक है और रिलायबल भी है, लेकिन एक दूसरा बंदा भी है जो फास्ट है और रिलायबल भी, तो याद रखिए फास्ट वाला बंदा है वही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में स्लो वाले बंदे से आगे बढ़ेगा। स्लो और स्टेडी होना अच्छी बात है, लेकिन फास्ट और रिलायबल होना ज्यादा अच्छी बात है। लेकिन हमारे खरगोश और कछुए वाली स्टोरी यही खत्म नहीं होती। आइए देखते हैं कि आगे क्या हुआ। अब क्योंकि कछुआ हार चुका था, उसने भी अपना दिमाग दौड़ाया और उसे भी ये बात समझ में आ गई कि जिस ट्रैक पर रेस लगी थी उस ट्रैक पर अब वो खरगोश को कभी हरा नहीं पाएगा, क्योंकि कितना भी कर लो वो खरगोश से स्लो ही है। उसके दिमाग में एक आइडिया आया और उसने फिर से खरगोश को रेस के लिए चैलेंज किया, लेकिन इस बार उसने ये शर्त रखी कि रेस का रास्ता, रेस का रूट वो खुद डिसाइड करेगा। खरगोश मान गया। रेस जीतने के लिए एक छोटे से जंगल से गुजरते हुए एक पहाड़ तक पहुंचना था, जहां आज से पहले खरगोश कभी नहीं गया था। रेस शुरू हो गई। जैसे कि खरगोश ने डिसाइड किया था, वो फुल स्पीड से आगे निकल गया, लेकिन रास्ते में उसे एक बहुत बड़ी नदी मिल गई। खरगोश परेशान हो गया क्योंकि उसे तैरना नहीं आता था और परेशान होकर वहीं बैठ गया। थोड़ी ही देर में कछुआ भी वहां पहुंच गया और नदी में कूद गया और तैरते हुए नदी पार कर ली, पहाड़ की तरफ चल दिया और रेस जीत गया। अब इस कहानी से हमने ये सीखा कि पहले अपनी स्किल्स और एबिलिटीज को जान लें और फिर उसके हिसाब से अपना प्ले फील्ड डिसाइड करें, या दूसरे शब्दों में जिस काम में आप अच्छे हो वैसे काम ज्यादा से ज्यादा करने की कोशिश करें। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करते हो और अगर आप अच्छे स्पीकर हो तो कोशिश करो ऐसे अपॉर्चुनिटीज पैदा करने की जिसमें आपको प्रेजेंटेशन देने का मौका मिले, ताकि मैनेजमेंट के लोग आपको नोटिस कर सकें। अगर आप एनालिसिस करने में अच्छे हो तो अच्छे से रिसर्च कीजिए, अच्छे से रिपोर्ट बनाइए और मैनेजमेंट को भेजिए, इससे भी आप हाईलाइट होंगे। अगर आप अपनी स्ट्रेंथ्स के हिसाब से काम करोगे तो इससे न सिर्फ लोग आपको नोटिस करेंगे बल्कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी आगे जाने के आपके चांसेस भी बढ़ेंगे। लेकिन हमारे खरगोश और कछुए वाली स्टोरी अब भी खत्म नहीं हुई। एक आखिरी चीज बाकी थी। अब तक खरगोश और कछुआ अच्छे दोस्त बन गए थे और इस बार उन दोनों ने साथ मिलकर ये सोचा और रियलाइज किया कि जो रेस उन्होंने पिछली बार यानी कि जो रेस पहाड़ तक लगाई थी वो रेस और भी अच्छी और मजेदार हो सकती थी। इसलिए उन दोनों ने सेम ट्रैक पर फिर से रेस लगाई, लेकिन इस बार अलग अलग नहीं बल्कि एक टीम बनकर। रेस शुरू हुई। खरगोश ने कछुए को अपनी पीठ पर बिठाया और दौड़ना शुरू किया। वो लोग नदी तक पहुंचे। अब कछुए ने खरगोश को अपनी पीठ पर बिठाया और नदी पार की। नदी पार होने के बाद फिर खरगोश ने कछुए को अपनी पीठ पर बिठाया और फिर से दौड़ना शुरू किया। इस तरह वो दोनों एक साथ फिनिशिंग लाइन तक पहुंच गए। इस बार दोनों को इस जीत में जितना मजा आया, जितना सेटिस्फैक्शन मिला, वो उन्हें पिछली रेसों में नहीं मिला था। इस स्टोरी से हमने ये सीखा कि अगर आप ब्रिलियंट हो और आपके पास स्किल्स भी हैं तो अच्छी बात है, लेकिन जब तक आप एक टीम बनकर दूसरों के साथ काम करने की बजाय सिर्फ उनसे कंपटीशन ही करने में लगे रहोगे, आप हमेशा थोड़ा बहुत तो पीछे रह ही जाओगे। कि कुछ तो सिचुएशन बनेगी जहां आपको कुछ नहीं जमेगा और कोई और वो काम कर लेगा। इसलिए गाइस, टीम बनकर काम करो, टीम बनकर रहो, क्योंकि जब आप एक टीम में होते हो तब आपको एक दूसरे की स्ट्रेंथ्स और वीकनेस का पता होता है। इसका पहला फायदा तो ये होता है कि आप किसी भी बड़े काम को टीम मेंबर्स की स्ट्रेंथ्स के अकॉर्डिंगली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, जिसकी वजह से वो काम सही टाइम पर और सक्सेसफुली कंप्लीट हो जाता है। अगर किसी प्रॉब्लम का सलूशन निकालना हो तब एक इंडिविजुअल बंदा कभी ना कभी किसी ना किसी जगह अटैक ही जाता है, लेकिन जब उसका सलूशन निकालने के लिए एक टीम बैठती है तब एक साथ बहुत सारे दिमाग काम करते हैं और किसी न किसी तरह उस प्रॉब्लम का सलूशन निकाल ही लेते हैं। और फाइनली सपोर्ट। जी हाँ, सपोर्ट। जब आप एक टीम में काम करते हो तब आप एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करते हो। कोई किसी प्रॉब्लम में अटक जाता है तो आप उसकी हेल्प कर देते हो, और जब आप किसी प्रॉब्लम में अटक जाते हो तो वो आपकी हेल्प कर देता है। इतना ही नहीं, एक साथ मिलकर काम करने से एक दूसरे का नॉलेज शेयर होता है, जिसकी वजह से आपका और सामने वाले का भी प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट होता है। जी हाँ, प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट ये बॉन्ड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। अगर आपकी ग्रुप में से या आपकी टीम में से अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोई मेंबर जॉब छोड़ देता है, तब भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की प्रोडक्टिविटी और काम काज पर असर नहीं पड़ता। अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो लाइक जरूर कीजिए। अगर आप इस चैनल पे नए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिए। धन्यवाद।
So I think a very beautiful lesson from this video, we could see about the strength of the teamwork, why teamwork is all that important. I think it is beautifully said in the video that कि अपनी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसीज में स्ट्रांग और ब्रिलियंट होना बहुत अच्छी बात है, लेकिन जब तक हम टीम के साथ काम करना और अपनी कॉम्पिटेंसी को दूसरे की कॉम्पिटेंसी के साथ कनेक्ट करने के योग्य नहीं हैं, तो कभी भी हमारी परफॉर्मेंस खराब हो सकती है। क्योंकि लाइफ में भी ऐसी सिचुएशंस कभी भी आ सकती हैं कि शायद हम उतना अच्छा नहीं कर सकते हो जितना कि कोई दूसरा। और अनदर आई थिंक द इम्पॉर्टेंट टेक अवे फ्रॉम दिस स्टोरी इज कि खरगोश और कछुए ने कभी भी हार नहीं मानी। खरगोश जब हारा तो उसने रियलाइज किया कि वाई आई हैव नॉट वन द रेस। जब हारा तो उसने ज्यादा मेहनत और ज्यादा एफर्ट करने का, यस नेवर गिव अप, उसने ज्यादा एफर्ट करने का डिसाइड किया और फिर रेस जीती। और जब कछुआ हारा तो व्हाट ही डिड कि अगर इस सेम रास्ते पे मैं चलता रहा तो शायद कभी जीत नहीं पाऊंगा। ही चेंज्ड हिज स्ट्रैटेजी, उसने अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी में बदलाव किया, क्योंकि वो तो पहले से ही उतना कम कर रहा था जितना वो कर सकता था। यस, कोऑपरेशन, सो दे स्टार्टेड कोऑपरेटिंग विद ईच अदर। और इस सारे प्रोसेस में क्या हुआ, दे बिकेम गुड फ्रेंड्स, दे डेवलप्ड गुड इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स विद ईच अदर एंड कुड अचीव मोर। तो कभी भी कहते हैं ना कि इकट्ठे होकर काम करो और अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी में बदलाव करो अगर आप उसमें ज्यादा अचीव नहीं कर पा रहे हो। वो कहते हैं इरादा मत बदलो, रास्ता बदलो। सो हमारी लाइफ में भी हमें कुछ ऐसा ही करना चाहिए कि जब भी किसी फेल्योर से सामना हो, ऑफ कोर्स अगली बार ज्यादा मेहनत करें, ज्यादा हार्डवर्क करें, और इवन देन काफी मेहनत करने के बाद भी लगे कि सक्सेस नहीं मिल रही है, तो समवेयर चेंज योर स्ट्रैटेजी, उसमें बदलाव कीजिए और फिर उसमें जी जान से जो है एफर्ट डालिएगा। आई थिंक वी विल बी एबल टू अचीव सक्सेस। सो आई थिंक दीज आर द टू इम्पॉर्टेंट लेसन्स we learn from this story. So after importance of this teamwork, let us come to the third aspect, is the team building process. See, as I said कि हमें लगता है we are working together as a team कि चार लोग इकट्ठे एक प्रोजेक्ट में काम कर रहे हैं, but in day to day life situations, what we notice, what we see in a team, that there is a leader and the subordinates are just supposed to follow what the leaders want them to do. All the members do not contribute their ideas and views regarding the decisions to be made. Overall, it creates an impression that we are working as a team, but there are many limitations to this procedure. So team building जो है, that involves a wide range of management techniques, activities designed for improving the team performance. Individuals brought together to work on a project do not automatically become a team the day project begins. It takes time, it takes energy to transform that group of people into a cohesive team, because the individuals likely come from varied backgrounds and they may have different reasons for being involved in the project. They may represent different levels, or maybe they are at the different positions from various departments within the organization. Sometimes seniors do not want to work with the juniors. There may be cultural, social diversity amongst the team members, and it may take time for them to get to know each other, to understand each other. So in many projects, I think people who have never worked together, they are assigned on the same project team, जिसमें कोई compatibility नहीं होती है. तो this group of individuals have to develop into an effective team to achieve the project objective successfully. So typically जो है, teams also, they progress through various stages of development when they start working on the project. Because before they become a cohesive and the productive team. So they undergo these 4 stages, which I will briefly explain you. What are these? Forming, storming, norming, and the performing stage. The first one stage, which is known as the forming stage, this stage is when the members within the team first come together to meet. It can be considered as the period of, I will say, the orientation, when everyone is getting to know one another and becoming acquainted to each other. And or I will say, during this stage of team development, the team members acquaint themselves with the basic aspects of their task. At this stage, the discussion topics often include the what is the project goal, what are the roles of the team member, the basic ground roles, and the designations of the authority maybe. And during this stage, the productivity is generally low because of lack of clarity of the individual's roles and responsibility. There is high dependence on the leaders at the first stage for guidance and direction. But during this stage, of course, the group members, they feel excitement, they have positive expectations, and they are very eager to get started on the project. They will be formal towards each other, but also they may be anxious. There would be no clear idea of goals or the expectations and the complexity of the project initially. Or besides, they may not be even sure why they are there. So team members are unsure of their own roles and the roles of the other members of the project team. So during this stage, the team members are only in the process of knowing each other and getting at ease with them. So initially it happens. Then comes the second stage, which is known as the storming stage. I think, as the word itself says, the storming means storm aa jana in the team, because as the real work kicks in, now the project may present both technical as well as interpersonal challenges now. Now the individual work habits, the leadership decisions, or maybe the lapses in communication can cause tension within a team. That is why this stage of team development, it is known as the storming stage. It is usually tough on everyone, but you have to go through it, because now the project objective is clear in this stage. Members start to apply their skills to work on their assigned tasks, but it may not match individuals' initial expectations. For example, they find that task may be more extensive or difficult than they anticipated, or maybe not it is as per their interest and expertise, or even they find that the schedule or the cost constraints may be tighter than expected. कि initially उतना expect नहीं किया था, but now they find that task is little complicated, cannot be completed in this short span of time, or maybe some time of that support is not being provided to carry out the task. So now they have more questions about their roles and responsibilities with respect to the other team members. So this is the stage when team members begin showing their actual styles. That is why the conflicts come now. So storming is the most difficult and, I will say, the unproductive of the 5 stages of development, but it is nevertheless very vital, very important to the development of the team. But here, very important at this stage is the communication. Communication is important, otherwise tensions will increase. But at this stage, individuals also will have to play a very positive role. They should also have to bend and mold their feelings, their ideas, their attitudes, and beliefs to suit the whole team. So compromises may be needed to enable the progress. So after this, when the storming stage is complete, now come the norming stage. So at this norming stage, this stage is when people now begin to recognize the ways in which they are alike. They realize that they are in this together now. They have to work in a cohesive manner with each other. So they tend to get more social now because roles and responsibilities are clear and accepted by everyone. Team members begin to use their past experiences to solve their problems and put together as a cohesive group. The team members now identify the helpful behavior at this stage. Be on time, be honest, be courteous to each other, listen to each other, stay on track, complete their work in time, and avoid the harmful behavior, being critical or being manipulative, being dominating, or maybe engaging in sub conversation. So now they realize that they are into this together. There is a greater involvement of the team members at this stage. So there is a greater, I will say, we feeling rather than I feeling now. After this stage, the fourth stage comes now. In this phase, the team has achieved harmony, defined its tasks, worked out its conflicts, worked out its relationships, and now started producing the results. Members have learned now to work together and contribute to meet the team's purpose. So these are the four stages when the team comes to the performance stage. The teams at the stage of performing now are self-controlling, practical, loyal, as well as productive. So focus is now both on the performance as well as on the production. Finally, after this, when the performing stage is over, of course, when the purpose is fulfilled and the task is completed and the goals are achieved, then the team adjourns, or it is the ending stage final. The project as a whole is being wrapped up, and the final tasks and the documentation, they are completed. But I think this ending stage may not always be pleasant because adjourning varies broadly from team to team. Sometimes the teams adjourn with silence, everything goes well. Some with the celebration and others with maybe sadness. अच्छा experience नहीं रहा होगा उनका team में. So regardless of the length or the success of the project, each term deserves a hearty affirmation of its concerted efforts. The adjourning phase or the last phase is a fantastic opportunity for the leader, especially to encourage the long-term connections, reflect on the growth of the team, and celebrate the project closing. That is how the team is being developed. So based on this process, the role of the leader also becomes very important, or I will say in the nutshell, that subjective things about the team building process, I can compare it with a simple example, like it is like a personal relationship, I will say, between two people. What happens there? I think which that relation takes time to develop. Initially क्या होता है, when two people meet, you may be curious about each other, but also little apprehensive about opening yourself up to the other person. When the other person is new, you will have certain reservations to what extent I should discuss my personal things with the other. But as you get to know each other a little more, you may begin to notice the differences in your attitudes and values, and disagreements arise, which I can compare with the storming stage. But then you may be anxious about whether the relationship will or should continue. But as you work through your differences को sort out कर लेते हैं, You may get to know each other better and become friends. That becomes the norming stage. And finally, you may develop a close relationship that helps you to be open with each other, accept each other's differences, and enjoy participating together in the activities that are of mutual interest. That comes the performing stage. The role of leader at the various stages, I think, is very important to keep the team members together. A team development model, as you can say, initial phase में, बीच के phase में और end में, how the leader power is changing. This development model says when the team starts working. I think initially, as I said, forming stage mein, when you are not clear, you are more dependence upon the leader. The leader's power is more than the group power. But when it reaches a mature stage, when they are become independent and working with each other, group power is more than the power of a leader. Initially, team leaders are supposed to play a role of an educator. Members look to the leader for each and every instruction and guidance. As the team members become more mature, there is more decentralization of power. Members share their views more openly and fearlessly. At this stage, when a leader becomes a coach, he or she is expected to be more ready to share power with other members. He or she may stop the work of the team and give only feedback to point out some problems. And feedback also should be given in such a way that it can be used positively. It should not be only negative and harsh. So when the team members become more mature, the now leader plays a role of a facilitator. The shift is from now the management environment to the leadership environment. I think yesterday in the first session we had those differences between the leader and the manager. In the leadership environment, as opposed to the management environment, the manager becomes a partner or the facilitator now with the team members to accomplish the work in hand. Because the team oriented method of working today is, I think, very different from the traditional hierarchical style of management. The role of a superior or the boss and the subordinate or the maybe the worker have given way to equal adult relationships. In technical fields, I will say, especially where the worker often knows more about the job rather than the manager. So the equal adult relationship allow responsibilities to be shared, which increases the quality. So to make an effective team or to keep the team work in the smooth manner, the role of leader becomes very important. I will come to that what are those skills required by the team leader. So before that, what are those characteristics which make the effective teams? See, effective teams usually have a unique set of characteristics that help ensure their success by contributing to increased productivity. So understanding what makes a team successful, I think, can help you learn those valuable skills that allow you to make a positive contribution in the collaborative work environments. So these are some common characteristics of the successful teams are there should be clear leadership. So successful teams usually have effective leadership where one or several members maybe act as team leaders. This helps unify the entire team to work towards the same goals. Effective leaders often provide guidance, motivation, and focus to the team members. They offer encouragement when the team encounters a challenge. A team might decide to rotate its leadership regularly, offering each member the chance to guide the group's work. So shared leadership can provide a sense of common responsibility and accountability, possibly improving the team's performance. The second important is the defined goal should be there. People should be clear about the goals, about their role. So before working on their task, an effective team may first establish their goals. The team might work together to identify the common objectives that align with the organizational goals. Team members may find it easier to commit to the project goals when they find them meaningful. They can create plans for how to accomplish these goals, assigning the roles and making the schedules for each and every activity. And successful teams also determine how they can measure their success and they evaluate the outcomes of the project. This helps them understand what they are working towards and know when they have completed a task. So, a team might review their goals regularly to determine if they require any adjustments while the implementation of the project. Assigned roles. When each team member has an assigned role, they can make effective contributions to their group and help ensure its success. The team leader might designate these roles, or maybe the entire team can work together to best understand each other's skills and expertise as well as the interest and should assign the roles accordingly. Open communication. A team with open communication allows members to discuss their ideas and feel that their input matters. Successful teams often welcome diverse thoughts and opinions that help them solve the problems and complete the task in creative ways. So, effective communication also involves active listening, where members make a conscious effort to hear the idea of their teammates and reflect before responding to them. So I think this was also discussed in detail yesterday that we should listen to other people also to build that trust. So this allows the team to share its knowledge, experiment with the new ideas, and work together to develop the effective plans. Collaboration. Effective teams rely on collaboration to complete their tasks and accomplish the collective goals. Collaboration involves seeking help from others when problems arise and sharing the suggestions with one another. Team members may collaborate continuously throughout the project's lifetime to ensure they are working on the right task and contributing to the planned outcomes. So, collaborative work helps encourage innovation through the exchange of ideas and the collective expertise of the team. The most important is the trust, I think, which discussed yesterday in detail. Teams that have trust between the members often accomplish their goals because they believe in the work process of a project. Trust contributes to open communication, problem solving, and collaboration. A successful team might rely on team building exercises to increase trust between its members. Conflict resolution. I think successful teams usually have uh, established effective methods for resolving any conflicts that may arise. So during a disagreement, members may speak to one another calmly, respect each other's ideas, focus on finding a compromise. So their discussion does not lead to the heated argument, rather, it is on finding the compromising situations. So this helps them listen to differences in the opinion and find resolutions that satisfy the needs of the entire team. So effective teams often view disputes as a way to improve their decision making and problem solving strategies rather than taking it as a negative criticism. So, in the nutshell, I will say the three most important factors that will ensure a team success or the failure are: the first is the nature of the leadership of the team, along with the shared vision and the sense of purpose. Second would be the collaborative nature of the team. And third one will be the way in which the team members are empowered to the extent that they can proactively participate in the team's decision making and the team's success. So next, coming to, for this effective teams, what could be the roles of a good team leader? And then I will come to the what are those skills required to be a good team member also. So as I said, as a leader, it is very essential for you to build a collaborative, high performing, innovative team. And I think that begins with you as a leader if you are leading the team. It is obvious that a team is as good as its leader, and the leader is as good as its team. So, hence, this is a two-way symbiotic process that determines the extent to which the team is successful. We cannot have good leaders without good teams, and we cannot have good teams without good leaders. So they go hand in hand, and the ability of the leader to make his or her team believe in the shared vision of the team determines the success of the team. So to be a good team leader, these are some of 6 C's of the leadership, which we call. They are sometimes called the 6 key elements of building trust. The 6 C's are the essential skills and attributes that will help you to enhance the confidence in your relationships with the team members. So these are character, caring, competence, consistency, credibility, and communication. So trust is a essential element of all the successful interpersonal relationships. Your willingness to trust others, I think, will help people trust you in turn and feel more motivated to help, support, and trust one another. So, thinking through your own strengths and the opportunities for improvement in using these 6 C's of trust, I think, is the first step towards building trust and enhancing the teamwork. So, number one is the character. Having character as a leader means you remain optimistic all the time, even when the challenges arise. To motivate others, you must be clear about what motivates you first, what inspires you, what your values are, and how you show your integrity. So it starts with you. It means being clear and truthful with others about what you want and what you stand for as a person. So your character first matters the most to the team members. Caring. Caring means showing your concern for and sensitivity towards the other team members. The act of caring includes responding to the needs of others on the team by offering your help, showing your interest, and taking the needs of the organization, team, and individuals to your heart. As a leader, you must be supportive and willing to give credit to others when it is due, where it is due. Appreciation is a must. If any team member has performed extraordinarily, do give him a pat on his back. Performance appraisals, perks, incentives, trophies, prizes, all are instrumental in motivating the team members to perform even better. Competence. Your competence matters the most. We would like to see to those person for the guidance who has the competence. So competence is critical to making smart decisions and knowing how and where to get the information. You need to accurately perform the functions for which you are accountable. When you are willing to share your expertise and continuously develop your knowledge in the field, others will have more trust in your ability to guide them towards that top notch performance. So, the personality of the leader should be such that every team member should look up to you and take your advice whenever required. Consistency. Leadership consistency means establishing a history of reliable, dependable behavior. I think this also was discussed yesterday is the reliability and likability. So people want to know that you will follow through on your commitments and take personal responsibility for your choices, for your decisions, and for your actions. Sometimes this means standing by the decisions you make even when they are not much popular. Stand by those. Even if some mistake has been done, own that mistake. Find out the ways to improve upon that. Next come is the credibility in the system. So building your credibility with others means consistently fulfilling the expectations they have of you as a leader. So to be perceived as credible, you must know how your actions affect others in the organization and seek out the constructive feedback to improve upon that. Having the courage to admit your mistakes, stay calm, and respond to new information, I think shows strong commitment to the success of any project. And finally, is the communication. Your verbal, your non-verbal communication skills help people feel more comfortable, listened to, and understood. So acknowledging ideas, discussing information, using open-ended questions, and keeping an open mind shows team members that you have respect for them. You have respect for each and every member in the team. You respect the opinion of each and every team member. So, transparency must be maintained, healthy interaction must be promoted amongst the team members. The communication must be very effective, crystal clear, and precise so that every team member gets a common picture, so that there are no misunderstandings, no confusions, because if there are confusions, they will lead to conflicts and individuals waste their time and energy in fighting rather than working. So before implementing any new idea, it must be discussed with each and every member on an open platform. Never ever discussed with anyone separately, as the other person will feel left out and will reluctant to perform and contribute to the team. Debates are important. Suggestions must be invited from all the members. Do not discuss the issue separately with individuals. Call everyone on an open platform. Formulate strategies, keeping in mind everybody's inputs. Policies should be made best suited to all. The objective of the team must be clearly set and circulated among all the team members. Everyone should be aware of his or her roles and responsibilities in the team, because trust is very easy to lose but very hard to rebuild if it is damaged or lost, and it takes time to develop a high level of trust on a team. So these six skills can help you build the trust needed to open up the channels of communication with others and provide them with a sense of safety as well as inclusivity in the team. When a team has trust, I think it can be more innovative, more collaborative, and more productive. So after being a good team leader, everybody will not be the leader, other will be the team members also. So what are those skills which make you a good team member? So these are some of the teamwork skills are required to be a good team member. The one is the reliable. This means you can be counted on to get the job done. Effective communicator. This means you express your thoughts and ideas clearly and directly with respect for others. You are an active listener, means you listen to and respect different points of view. Others can offer you constructive feedback and you do not get upset or defensive over that. Participates. You are prepared and get involved in the team activities, starting from the planning to the implementation to the evaluation. You are a regular contributor. You take part in the decision making process. Shares openly and willingly. This means you are willing to share your information, your experience, your expertise, your knowledge with the other members of the team. Cooperative behavior means you work with other members of the team to accomplish the job no matter what. Flexibility means you adapt easily to the changes. When the team changes the direction or you are asked to try something new, you come forward. That adaptability, your flexibility. Commitment, you are responsible and dedicated towards your work. You always give your best effort. Problem solver, you are focus on the solution. You are good about not going out of your way to find fault in others. You are a good problem solver. Respectful, this means that you treat the other team members with courtesy and consideration. I think all of the time this is very important. So these are some of the skills which make you a good team member. So finally, just the guidelines for an effective team building, that everyone should express the best thought wholeheartedly, even if the thought may not be acceptable to others, it must be freely expressed. Everyone should be trained to follow the golden rule of communication. If one wants others to listen, I think one should be first listen to what they say. So it is must to consider every member's opinion before finally deciding anything. Everyone should respect others. Controversies should be discussed openly and constructively. Objective evaluation of team's performance should be done on continuous basis. Finally, the parameters for the team effectiveness. Team goals are developed through a group process of team interaction and agreement in which each team member is willing to work towards achieving those goals. Participation is actively shown by all the team members and roles are shared to facilitate the accomplishment of the task. Feedback is asked for by the members and freely given as a way of evaluating the team's performance. When feedback is given, it is done with an intention to help the other person. Another parameters for effective team decision making involves a process that encourages active participation by all the members. Leadership is distributed among the team members. There should always be rotational leadership. Problem solving, discussing team issues, and critiquing team effectiveness are encouraged by all the team members. Conflict is not suppressed, it is solved. Team members are allowed to express negative feelings and confrontation within the team, which is managed and dealt by the team members as well as the team leader. Team members, resources, talents, skills, knowledge, and experience, they are fully identified, are fully acknowledged, recognized, and used whenever appropriate. Risk taking and creativity are encouraged. Mistakes made should be treated as a source of learning rather than the reasons for the punishment or the reasons for the criticisms. So while evaluating and observing the effectiveness of the team, that is how well the team members are working together, I think these are some of the statements can be used as a guide. So overall team building in the workplace, I think enables better communication, better relationships, and ultimately increases the output. So finally, if we work as a good team, what are the benefits of the teamwork we get? The tasks are accomplished at a faster pace when it is done by the team rather than an individual. An individual will definitely take, I think, more time to perform if he or she is single-handedly responsible for everything. When employees work together, they start helping each other and responsibilities are shared. Thus, it reduces the workload and work pressure of each individual. Every team member is assigned one or the other responsibility according to their specialization, their level of interest, and thus the output is much more efficient and faster. There is always a healthy competition amongst the team members. Competition is always good for the employees as well as for the organization, as every individual feels motivated to perform better than the other and in a way contributing to his team and the organization. Teamwork is also important to improve the relations amongst the employees. I think that we've seen in the that video also. Individuals work in close coordination with each other and that come to know each other better. So teamwork also reduces the chances of unnecessary conflicts among the employees if you have the good interpersonal relationships with them. Individual tries his level best to support his team member. So the level of bonding increases as a result of teamwork. Team members gain from each other. Every individual is different and has some qualities. So one can always benefit something or the other from his team members, which would help him in the long run. One feels motivated to work hard in a team and to live up to the expectations of the other members. Each member is a critic of the other and can correct him whenever the other person is wrong. One always has someone to fall back on at the time of crisis. Work never suffers or take a back seat in a team. In the team, the other team members can perform and manage the work in the absence of any other member. One has to go on over maybe sometimes the personal emergencies, then the work is not affected much when we are working together as a team. So teamwork must be encouraged at the workplace as it strengthens the bond among the employees and the targets can be met at a very faster pace. Workload is shared. Individuals feel motivated to perform better rather than his team members. So this is the strength of the team. If we work as a team, the kind of result we can get, that our performance will be better. Every team member can help because everyone has his own strengths. So finally, before we leave, I would like to share with a small slide show, which is I think of 3-4 minutes, and with that we will end with the session. As I said, that the friendship or the teamwork is very common in the animal kingdom also. So if between friends and partners we were geese, I think you must have seen the flock of birds flying in the V formation. So let us see how that what that indicates. So the next season, when you see the geese migrating, going to a warmer place to sort the winter, pay attention that they fly in a V formation. Maybe you will be interesting to know why they do it this way. So by flying in a V formation, the whole flock increases the flight efficiency by 71% compared to just one bird flying alone, which you can see there at the bottom. So from this, what lesson we learn? Sharing the same direction and working as a team get us to the destination quicker and easier. By helping ourselves, the accomplishments are greater than flying alone. When a goose leaves the formation, it gets separated. What happens? He feels the resistance of the air now and difficulty of flying alone. So then he quickly comes back to the formation to take advantage of the flock's power in front of him. So the lesson 2 here is, by staying in tune and united beside those who are going in the same direction, the effort will be less. It will be easier and pleasing to reach the goals. Everyone will be inclined to accept and give help to each other. Now, when the leader goose gets tired of flying, it also happens, leader also gets tired, he goes to the end of the V formation, while the another goose takes the lead. It is the rotational leadership comes now. The lesson is to share the leadership. There must be mutual respect between us all the time. Now the leader is gone back, the other team member becomes the leader. So sharing the hardest problems and tasks, gathering our abilities and combining our faculties, talents and resources. The geese flying on a V formation, I think you might have heard the sound quack. They quack to encourage to the ones in the front. In that way, they keep the same speed by making that noise of quack quack. So what is the lesson here? When there is courage and encouragement, the progress is greater. It motivates the other person. So a timely word of encouragement always motivates, helps, and strengthens. It produces the best of the benefits. So when a goose gets sick or is injured or gets tired, as we said, that when some of our personal emergency, we have to go on leave, the work is not suffered, and how caring attitude the other team members have. When a goose gets sick, is injured, or gets tired, it goes back and he leaves the formation. See here, the other two geese have come to his rescue. They leave the formation too, and they fly with him to help him out and protect him. They remain with him until he dies or he is able to fly again. They reach their bevy, or they just make another V formation to help that injured bird. What the lesson here is, let us stay beside each other no matter what the differences are, especially in the times of difficulty and great challenges. So, if we bond together and support each other, if we make true the spirit of teamwork, regardless of our differences, we can rise to meet our challenge. If we are aware of the feeling of sharing, life will be easier and the passing of years will be more fulfilling. So, my friends and partners, let's be like the geese. So, thank you.